Well, hello, I'm Chris, and this is my removing these types of bushings from GM rear control arms. This is off of a 70 Chevelle. A lot of years use this type. Okay, so we're going to go over a few different ways. You pick the one you like. This is Caveman style. This is the hardest one. This never likes to work, but sometimes it does. Penetrating oil. Now, whenever you start beating on this, it's going to want to collapse in, so you need to find some kind of socket or something that's going to fit in that gap and not allow these to squish, because if they squish, it's going to put this in a bind and it's not going to slide right out. Okay, so we got this big socket. Okay, so we got that pipe to back it around here for support. This to keep it from collapsing. Use a heavy hammer, hit it as hard and fast as you can. Be careful. So it popped it loose. Let's go ahead and get it out. So beating it out, that's the Caveman style, but it does work. Make sure you compare it to a good one that you haven't done yet and knock it back in place, because it can be a little bent from smashing on it. So now these next methods, we're just trying to remove this rubber, and then we're gonna have to end up cutting this out. I'll show everything. Just a regular old drill. Okay, so when we're drilling it out, we're trying to free this little piece in the middle. The little steel piece needs to come out. Be careful when you're doing this. Don't push it in too far, because you'll burn your motor up. It gets real tight, so we're just trying to just drill it out in little pieces. And it really works. Okay, so the drill method works real freaking good. It took about 3 or 4 minutes to get it out, but it's well worth it. Now we're going to show getting these out too, but now we're going to try with the propane torch. Same thing, we're not trying to melt this out. That's going to be really nasty and messy. We're trying to heat this to soften it, to knock this center thing out. That's all we heated it, and it moved the pin. Let's go ahead and heat it one more time and knock it out with a socket. Now let's see if this thing is easy to take out or not. I don't know. Okay, so whenever you heat it up like that, you kind of make it where you can chop it up. So okay, pressing them out to me is the worst way to do these, but if you have to, just make sure you get something in there that's not going to let it crush down too much. So let's try it. Pressing out bushings, you got to have something bigger than the bushing. So we had to push that down so that now we can push against this, but that you could push it out too and then cut it out with the Sawzall. But drilling's still faster than this. So now this time we're pressing, but we're gonna put this on top so it presses that steel part out. That's why I went ahead and did it on the press, because see, that'll happen to you. You'll start to crush it. That's what I was talking about, because we forgot to put this in. All you do is just beat that back out, and we're gonna do it again with this piece. Don't freak out, you didn't hurt nothing. See, it actually just knocks right out. You see what happened? That's why we need that. Let's try it again. Hopefully it comes out. Okay, so you see why I don't like doing these on the press, because it wants to crush this, Now this is bent, everything's screwed up, but we can bend it back together. It's not gonna hurt anything. It's just, you know, just makes it more difficult in my opinion. So the press works, but you can clearly see that it's bent a little bit. So I don't like using the press. We made our little thing to fit in here so we wouldn't crush it. Forgot to put it in there, and we ended up crushing this a little bit to get it out. It does get it out. That's why we made a little gauge. All we gotta do is knock this back out to where this fits. Bushing goes back in there and it works perfect. Don't worry about it. You're not gonna screw them up. Okay, so if you have this left in here, okay, so the best way to get this out is with the Sawzall. You could even get a hacksaw, take it apart, fit it through there. Now you want to try to do your cut on this side just because it's thinner right there. You're watching it carefully not to go too far, and we're just gonna put one slice in there, square it up real even. We got a slice cut in it. We're just taking a hammer and chisel, trying to beat it out. So yeah, you nick it a little bit, but don't worry about that. It's out. The easiest and the best and fastest for me, I'll do this for the rest of my life, is drilling it out and then cutting this out with a Sawzall and just tapping it. Okay, that is #1 way to do it. The #2 way, in my opinion, is caveman style. But caveman style is really only good if you got a couple of these to do. If you got like 8 or 9 of them, caveman style is going to wear you out. Melting it out with a torch, I would not recommend that to anybody. It knocks the pin out real fast, but you still got to deal with all this, and you're going to be making a lot of smoke and nasty stuff. So that's my 3rd least favorite. Doing it on the press, 4th worst way to do it, but it works. But on these, crushes them. I don't really like that, especially the first time you're doing them. I really crush some real bad, but you can bend it back. It works perfect. So just trying to give you an idea on different ways you can do it. The drilling is still #1. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.